Hi everybody, it's Michelle. This is our fourth video in our Strong Jeweler Start video series, and this one is all about Hostess communications. Now, Hostess communications, out of everything that we do, is probably the fastest changing right now, as more of our hostesses are moving toward communicating via text and Facebook. Very few people are answering their phones anymore, and so this is the one that's going to vary the most. It's a little bit of a moving target, but I will tell you what is working for me right now, and I think we'll just start with the whole question about why hostess coach and communicate to begin with. Well, primarily we really want to keep that hostess excited and remembering what it was she was excited about when she told us that she wanted to have a show or a party. And so it's important that we establish ourselves as professionals with the steps in place that help her feel, again, excited, but also assured that we are going to be there with her every step of the way. And that we're planning on that being a work day for us, or her evening party, that's going to be a work night for us. So right away we want to kind of like the dentist will send an appointment card saying here's a reminder of our appointment together pretty quickly. We want to give her those kinds of touches so that she understands when you booked your party yesterday, I have it in my calendar, I have it on my live calendar, and I'm planning on being there, so here's your appointment card. So I like to send her a little something up front, and that can be a text, it can be an email, it can even be a quick phone call, but I think texting is the way to go right now to make sure that that message is being delivered directly to her in a timely manner. So by doing so, we're cementing in that expectation that we are planning on that being a work day and that it is on our calendar. It's also giving her assurance that you're on the ball, that you are excited about your time together, and that you have got her back in terms of taking the initiative and the control over this process of how to prepare her for her best results. So when that happens in a way that is exciting to her and not too heavy and not too stressful, it can really be the most wonderful tool in your toolbox in terms of having success as a jeweler, holding your shows, and gaining a wonderful reputation among your hostesses for having a really fun, light touch that didn't stress her out, that encouraged her. And she's going to tell her friends that you were easy to work with, that you're a lot of fun, that you didn't load her up with a whole bunch of to-dos, and that they should have their own shows too, because it turned out to be such a wonderful experience, and the results and the free jewelry were through the roof. So that is what we're trying to accomplish here, just light, simple, informative, fun touches that help her realize that you are in control of the process, that this is your business, you're taking it seriously, and what you really want the result to be is her amazing experience for hosting. So I have here a system that I put together over time, and I really like it because it allows me to look at it every morning at a glance. This is called my Hostess Contact Checklist. And this is really the cornerstone document of the various steps that are involved in my hostess communication process. So it's a spreadsheet, and I know that right away sometimes that gets people nervous, but it really is not difficult to use because just about 90% of the dates in here actually self-populate when you put her show date in. And so it's going to calculate for you when each of these steps is going to need to be addressed by you. So I love it because literally every morning I get situated at my desk, I look here, and today is, I think, August 15th. So I look across my spreadsheet and I look for dates on or around August 15th. So for, let's just say here, for Renee Berggren, I need today, it's August 15th, I need to send out the email or text about reminder calls, reminding her about making reminder calls. And then I'll go across here and go, okay, so right above here, was it Julie? Same thing, I need to send that email or text over to Julie. Then I go across the whole page and I see where the steps need to be taken for various hostesses on or around today. I love it. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes a day to get the various elements out to my hostesses in a timely manner. So this is really the driving force behind how I stay on top of my hostess coaching system or communications. And then across the top, you're going to see step 1 is mail a thanks for booking text and hostess coaching video. And right now I'm using Carrie Cavan's hostess coaching video that I might just text them the very next day after they book saying, Cindy Lou, I'm super excited I met you yesterday. We're going to load you up in all those favorites for free that you weren't able to purchase yesterday. And have a look at this 5-minute video. It's probably going to be the best 5 minutes you spend in making sure you have a successful event with me together on September 17th. And I send that to her. But I'm also going to mail to her, typically in the mail, this thanks for booking piece of paper. I still think that a physical piece of paper says a lot to people in terms of a concrete plan that this is a legitimate event that's going to be happening. There's something about that concrete that I still really think needs to be a part of the mix. This is just how you can create a save the date graphic using your personal webpage, the media images that Premiere is giving us more and more of now, which I'm loving. You will send it to your phone, save it in your photo album, and then you can import it into, I use Fonto. I know a lot of people are using Red Stamp and that's all good, but this is just a quick explanation about how you do that. Step 2, I believe, on my spreadsheet is sending an email about an evite that you have set up for them on your personal webpage. And I also attach a 1-minute guide to how to boost your bling, as well as an explanation about how to calculate an outside order for those pre-sales that she's going to want to collect for that bonus, that $50 bonus. Then what I'll do is, typically as soon as this has been sent out to her, I'll make a phone call. And the verbiage for that phone call is in here too. And it's something along the lines of, Renee, I just wanted you to know that you should have a quick peek at your email inbox because I sent you instructions for how to go ahead and start inviting people onto the evite that I set up for you. And basically cross-reference the paper materials that I sent to her, or email materials that I sent to her, I cross-reference on the phone call. I like making a phone call because I think that it's the best way to portray that through my voice, remembering who I was, and also the energy and excitement that really I don't think you can accomplish in any other medium. So I like that phone call to be up and peppy and excited and reminding her again of how fun I was and how much energy I had, and I'm going to be bringing that to her house in front of her and her friends. Now I also will send typically a few paper postcards. On my guest survey, I do ask on the back side, when they book their show, I ask them for their invitation preferences and the way that they prefer that I communicate with them. So I also have that plugged into this Hostess communications spreadsheet as well. As you look at that, you're going to start seeing how it all comes together in a nice, clean, at a glance location. Now, I do send some paper postcards again. I really think that paper makes a difference. It's a couple little postcards they can keep in their purses as they remember people, as they run into people. And some of their friends, we're all in transition in terms of communication style right now. So some of their friends may not be on Facebook, may not really use email, and they're just still the paper people. And we need to make sure that they are addressed as well. Okay, so there's verbiage for the call that you made, telling them, hey, look in your email inbox, because you'll have instructions there for how to start inviting people to your show. By the way, I also sent you out some paper postcards. You should be getting those any minute now. And explaining that she's going to be receiving $80 in free jewelry along with her when she gets that $50 bonus for collecting $100 in pre-sales, which is about 2 or 3 orders. And I try to just break it down, make it sound as doable as it really is. And then, of course, my phone number and information for contacting me. And then a few days before the show, which is another step on the process, I basically tell her I'm excited about coming out and I pretty much bring everything, but would love to borrow a table to set my jewelry up on, preferably near an electrical outlet. and having bright lighting wherever your guests are going to be seated will be helpful. Some of those little things that can really go sideways if you don't address them somehow when you're in the coaching process. And basically that's it. Sometimes I say that's about as meaty as I get, which I think they love because people do get a little nervous as hostesses as the day approaches, myself included, and I love to host. So there's some anxiety involved that we're just really trying to help subside for them and emphasize the fun and the ease and the excitement and the great time with their friends and the bling. And then I say my goal is to load you up in all of your favorites for free and for you to have a fun and a relaxed time with your friends and family. So if you're nervous or you do need me to clarify anything before Friday, please don't hesitate to email or call or text my number so I can help make sure that you're thrilled with your experience. We'll have ourselves a great time, and I know you're going to be very happy that you hosted. See you at 123 Maple Lane in Lakewood on Friday between 6:15 and 6:30 for our 7 o'clock start. Have a great rest of the week until then. So hopefully what you're starting to see is that you really are driving the process. You're the director of this event. And she wants that, she needs that. As long as you're not pushy and loading her up with, now you need to do this and make sure you have this deadline and so forth, that's when people start getting a little sideways and going, this was my fun thing. Why did I invite this into my life? So just trying to keep it moving in an informative, instructive, helpful way, but not, there's a fine line between that and loading her up and making her stressed out. Now, just FYI, this Hostess packet is a wonderful reference. You can have this up by your desk. So if you're leaving a message or you're trying to remind her of her benefits, this is just a great tour guide you can just have in front of you where you just say you're getting 30% of your show sales for free, you can earn 2 $50 gift cards for an extra $100 in jewelry, and there's these half price items. And making sure that you cover any specials that she's involved in at the time. These are the last 2 steps of the Hostess communication process. This is a JPEG, so you can either email this or you can text it or both. And this one is a reminder about collecting the pre-sales, and this is a reminder about making personal contacts, reminder calls a couple days before the party. Now I do have a couple more steps on my spreadsheet that are essentially sending a thank you note and checking in on the jewelry around 2 weeks after or so forth. And you can customize that spreadsheet as you feel the need, because you're going to have your own rhythm and you're going to have your own preferences in terms of medium and things like that. But I hope that at least provides you with a good kind of home base, and especially with the pre-populated dates of getting things done, I'm hoping that will be a huge advantage to kind of staying organized and not feeling like you're all over the place all the time, which can happen if you've got a lot of shows on your calendar. I think that's about it. I'd love for you to have a look through these pages of the binder and the spreadsheet. If you have any concerns or questions about how to use the spreadsheet, I am happy to help you. It's not big algorithms, I promise. You can do it. So I hope that helps you feel much more in control of your business, and it helps you reduce those postponements and cancellations. That is really the beauty of Hostess coaching when you do it well, is that it's going to help you maintain that business on your calendar. Wishing you all the best. See you next time.